AFC, the 2025 first-round draft pick. Graz, what is the latest you were hearing on Travis Hunter's much-anticipated regular season debut?
The Jaguars say he was back at practice yesterday and moving at full speed. Now, my understanding is the Jaguars aren't really practicing at full speed this week. They're doing some walkthrough stuff, but he had missed several practices and a couple of preseason games. The fact that he's back out there and is on track to play week one and is on track to play both sides of the ball in week one is a positive for the Jaguars.
So our Jaguars reporter was tracking all of the snaps
Mike Duraco.
in practice, and it was remarkable how equal they were. He took 188 snaps in practice on offense and 176 on defense. So they really have been, at least in practice, using him equally on both sides.
They believe that they drafted a player who changes the math. That is the phrase that their GM, James Gladstone, used when I was talking to him about this a month ago. They feel like he can play both ways. How much on either side is what they have been using training camp to kind of try and work through and figure out, and I think it could vary and change as the season goes along.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if game one he's not the starter on offense and the starter on defense. Like, I think that's the reason why they did this. Part of this we have to admit or understand that this is about the spectacle that the Travis Hunter is going to bring. So they're going to try everything they can to make sure he's out there as much as possible within reason, because I think they know it's a long season.
Harry, I mean, I'm trying to look. I would love this to work. I don't want to be a wet blanket. I don't want to be the one saying this can't be done. But there is a part of me that thinks it can't be done because I keep hearing from people like you, Harry, how hard it is to play wide receiver in the NFL. And from you, Dominic, how hard it is to play corner in the NFL. The idea that someone is going to play both on a regular basis strikes me as just too much to ask.
Yeah, I don't think you can do it 100% on both sides of the football. You have to pick and choose your battles. That's what it's all about, and have an extreme plan for Travis Hunter. Now, I would say this, week one versus the Carolina Panthers, that's a game, Dom, that you might want to go out there and allow him to play both sides of the football.
Maybe. You know what? I thought of this yesterday. Not that it's an original thought, but it sort of crystallized in my head. Changing the math could also mean 1 week. Here's the way I think it could work. 1 week he's a wide receiver. You look at the matchups, you see where you think he's more effective. 1 week he's going to play wide receiver and dabble in defense. The next week he's going to play defense and dabble in offense. That would still be playing both ways, just not taking 120 snaps a game.
Right, and maybe it's a sliding scale, right? And maybe it depends on the injury situation on the Jaguars. If the wide receiver room is banged up, maybe he leans more that way, or vice versa. So, yeah, I think ideally, they want to have confidence in his ability to play them both, so they have that flexibility that you're talking about. And by the way, they don't mind if their opponent spends part of their practice week wondering what they're going to get.
I mean, if you end up with 60 or so snaps, then you've played a game. And I think that playing both sides, you use different parts of your body and different muscles. Like, it could turn out, if they play him in the way that you're talking about, that it could work.
I just love this story because, like, the players are the wet blankets in this story, and I'm excited to see this. I want to see this happen.
We have flipped the script. And by the way, the all-new ESPN app is out. It is available, and it is the best way to watch sports.